Hello, Masters. Welcome to here. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. In city creation, basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is vitamin creation. Vitamin creation, one of the person told that it's very dangerous topic. Basically, one of the person told that if we say that vitamin K equal to cities, then basically it would be 100% correct. But vitamin K equal to city, you can't say basically, because this type of thing basically you can't create. So vitamin K equal to cities basically, that is you can say. So one other person told that yes basically. So vitamin is equal to this. So one other person told that this person basically might be using which vitamin basically. That was basically dangerous question basically. One of the person asked that thing basically. This is actually what basically this person basically which is going, that is the third world war data. That actually says what basically, and it contains in which vitamin basically. Then there are lots of possibilities basically. One of the person told that basically there are many possibilities. There are many possibilities. One of the possibilities he told that is he might be basically into some different vitamin basically, which only World Health Organization basically might be connected this. For example, one person basically is going to one doctor basically. Assume that basically the third world war person basically data basically staying in one of the city basically, and there basically around 5,000 doctors basically are there. So he told that 5,000 doctors basically are there basically in that city basically. So 5,000 doctors basically are there in the city basically. That means 5,000 basically doctors are there. From 5,000 basically, and that is basically union basically you can say. But union basically everybody you can't take to every each and every doctor basically you can't take into that group basically. The doctors basically who basically say that basically we can prove ourselves basically, proof they have proved themselves basically, that they have given lots of medicines with the combinations, then basically they proved that basically they are basically really the doctors. So they only basically can join that group basically. So they assume that basically they joined in that group basically, and they basically whenever that person basically the third world war person basically is going to that doctor basically, then immediately basically the World Health Organization basically connects to that city basically and tell that basically give this medicine basically. So they will try to solve the problem basically as much as possible basically. In this basically the Bollywood group also basically sometime becomes doctor. Bollywood group also basically becomes sometime doctors basically. So you can just imagine basically the Bollywood groups also becomes sometime doctors. That we are also basically doctors. Like the sports group also basically sometime becomes doctor. And when this all group basically can't able to solve the problem, then basically that data basically shifts to the third world war data basically. If it is shifted, that means world war will happen basically. You can't stop that basically, and that basically happens basically day or night basically. This doesn't happen basically. It takes time basically. If it has shifted, then basically one of the person told that if assume that basically that world data basically shifted to third world war basically, then also lots of people basically tries to solve the problem basically, but that is very risky basically, because you have got the chance basically, after that also basically you are not able to solve, that means that basically is going to create problem basically in future basically. One of the person told that. So for that you have to play basically very smoothly basically. For that basically Bollywood groups are basically very powerful basically, and sports group are also basically very powerful basically. They basically solves the any type of problem basically. So it might possible that after the data is shifted to the third world war na, then also basically they try to solve the problem basically. It's not like that basically they will not try to solve, but when the world war started basically, that up to that level basically they try to solve the problem basically. Up to that level basically they try to solve the problem basically. Then basically one of the person told that why basically Sunila Nair basically was not supposed, error basically was not solved basically. That was basically one question. There was no answer basically with any of the group basically. Then they told that basically that 20 lakh crore dollar basically is connected with this. Then he told that that might be possible basically. So one of the person told that like Sunil Nair basically there might be many people basically. Then he told that yes basically there might be many people basically. There might be many people basically. So third world war data, for example, that person basically which is going there, that is third world war data. So third world war data equal to, if you say that basically set of countries data, then also it would be 100% correct basically. Then also it would be 100% correct. Third world war data. And one of the person told that the people who dies in front of the world basically, and they basically has connected with the many people basically, they basically never dies basically. They get second birth, they get third birth also, they get fourth birth also. Like this basically they gets birth basically. Like for example, the God basically, that is Jesus God basically. So he basically might be in some any of the country basically in India basically. Sorry, not India basically. Any of the world basically. Like same way Jalaram God basically is there. Same way Sai Baba God is there. Same way Sri Ram God is there. Same way Ravan is also there. Because Ravan is also basically one of the god of any of the people basically. Then basically the Devi god basically are there. Gayatri Devi, Mahakali Devi, then Jagadambe Devi, then Melody Devi. Like this basically many gods basically, ladies god are also basically there basically. So they also basically never dies. They basically exist somewhere basically in Earth planet. So you can just imagine basically if so the situation, the birth basically situation basically has started long before basically. That means the freedom fighter basically like Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, Nathuram Godse, then basically the Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, then basically the Rajiv Gandhi, then basically the Lal Bahadur Shastri basically. Then one of the person told that basically this group basically might be exist somewhere basically. So it might possible that they might be playing the role of the this all people basically, or basically they might have died and got the another birth also basically. That is also possible. So one of the person told that it might be possible, but history never dies basically. History never ends. That is the rules basically. History never ends basically. History never ends basically. History never ends. So one of the person told that currently basically which missile basically which was dumped basically, that basically roadmap basically was created by whom basically. That roadmap basically the Bollywood group know that basically that roadmaps, because they are keeping each and every information basically, and they might be having this third world war person also basically. That person basically which is going there, that is third world war data basically. That person which is going, that is third world war data. So you can just imagine basically one vitamin basically is connecting to up to what level basically. Vitamin data basically, that is connecting up to what level. So you can just imagine basically IITs group, IIM groups, MBA groups, admin groups, software groups, who are basically sitting in front of the world. They are at sit Delhi basically, but really they are not sitting. That person basically which is going, that is a third world war data. That person basically which is going, that is a missile data basically. So you can just imagine basically the power of vitamins basically.